guys, Colleen here, DIYer behind LemonThistle.com. Today I am so excited to show you how I made these two coordinating watercolor paintings. They are so simple that anybody could do them without any previous skills. For this tutorial you will need watercolor paper. I have a pad here. The watercolor paper will really help to make a difference in your piece and the quality of your piece and the brightness of the colors that you'll be able to get. You will need liquid watercolors, although if you have pan watercolors and you really like those, go ahead and use those. There's no need to go out and buy something new. You'll need a palette for mixing. You could also just use a ramekin like I'm using for the water here. And then you will need paintbrushes in your choice of brush. I've chosen to use the liquid watercolors just because I have a lot of them. I find they go a long way and they're easy to mix different colors. So all you need to do is just put a tiny little bit of this watercolor in your pan. A little bit goes a really long way, so don't go overboard. And then you'll want to add water to the mix. If you were to use this watercolor straight out of the tube, it would go on kind of like acrylic, fairly thick and fairly opaque. Alright, let's get started. I started by folding my page in half, so I had two smaller paintings. This would fit my frame better. The first painting that I'm doing here is just two large stripes, one of black, one of blue, and then we'll kind of blend them together a little bit. I started with a black paint. This could just be any black watercolor paint. I think the one that I used is by Reeves. And then I added in a blue paint. And my favorite blue watercolor is called Prussian Blue. And the one that I have is from Studio 71. So I just used pretty watered down and I painted these stripes here. I'm just using a large round brush. And then after I've painted the stripes and gotten kind of a little bit of an organic look, I'm adding color to them just to darken up the edges in the space where I want more. I'd say that that's my biggest tip for watercolor is just to keep laying it on even though it's a watery color. The more that you add, the watercolor paper will hold it and it will get darker and more vibrant. And then when I noticed that the black was getting a little bit close to drying, I just added some more water so that it wouldn't dry on me. When you keep it wet, it's really easy for the colors to kind of flow around and your painting will look really beautiful when it's all done. But if you let it dry and then try to add some more, it will look a little bit blotchy and you'll be able to see where you added paint afterwards. So always just keep it wet. And then you'll also see that I attached the colors and then I'm adding in a darker black with a smaller paintbrush. And I'm adding a little bit of water where I found that the line was really clean. The second painting is just three small lines instead of the two larger lines. And I am painting half of the line with black and half of the line with blue. And I'm kind of varying where I make that transition in each of them. I'm just using the same colors, the same paintbrushes, and I'm doing it a little bit more pigmented. Just because the lines are so thin, I really want it to stand out. And I did not draw any straight lines to go over top of because I really like the kind of wavy organic look here, but you could use a square or a ruler just to line things up with pencil before you get started. And all I'm doing now is I am just adding bits of water and a bit more color just to drag the blending of the colors so it's not such a quick transition between the black and the blue. That is all there is to it. This is a really simple painting to create both of these. If you can paint a straight line, you can do them. And I love how they look in my floating brass frames. I'm really happy with how these turned out. If you make this DIY, I would so love to see it. For more rad DIY and tutorials, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe.